Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. Today we are back with another video about Captain Chopsticks, and as you can see, he has managed to hit Challenger on EU West with an absolutely absurd win rate. He did drop 2% in his win rate, like he was 71% when he was Grandmaster, and now he's 69%, but we will still accept it as a 70% win rate. This is really insane, especially considering the fact that he plays on 120 ping. So what we're planning to do in this video is to once again spectate one of his games and take a closer look at what he does and how he manages to be so consistent on a champion like Gangplank in these high elo games. Now I am going to get straight into the game this time. So if you're watching this and you haven't heard about Captain Chopsticks yet, I recommend you watch my last video about him where we take a closer look at his account and who he is. Someone suggested in the comments of the last video that we should take a look at a game where his team is considerably behind but still won the game. So I found this game here where he is up against a Challenger Aatrox, and if you take a quick look at the gold graph, we can see that his team was indeed struggling for the first 25 minutes of the game, and then they managed to turn it around and win the game. So I think this will be an interesting game to watch, so let's get straight into it. Alright, so we are into game now. Captain Chopsticks is up against a Challenger Aatrox player, or a Challenger top laner who's playing Aatrox. And everyone else in this lobby is Grandmaster. If we take a look at the runes real quick, he's running Grasp with Bone Plating, and then as secondary he's taking Biscuits and Cashback. From the last time we watched Captain Chopsticks, we kinda saw how he likes to play a very like scaling. He likes to like play a very like scaling game. He just kinda stays in lane, soaks as much XP as he can. He likes to just farm it up until level 13, and that's when he like starts being more present in the fights across the map. He helps his team out more, so we're gonna see if he's gonna do that type of playstyle again this game. I'm mostly expecting it, especially because I think that's the reason why he also likes to take Cashback. Knowing Gangplank is a crazy goal generator with his Q. Having that extra Cashback money will also accelerate his items, which is for his playstyle very fitting. Now for the Aatrox matchup is a so this level 1 against Aatrox, normally Gangplank should win it. I haven't taken a look at the starting items yet, but it looks like they both run D shield. You can start D blade against Aatrox, win the barrel timing, and then like take half his HP. Seems like Captain Chopsticks though just doesn't want to bother. He doesn't want to lose any HP, right? Because if you mess up the timing, you are likely to get dove or like ganked. So he instead plays it very smart and just, you know, gives him the prio, and instead will look for short trades and small poke like this. Ooh, runs back into the Q2. Takes a very short trade there. He takes the barrel and then waits for his grasp together with the passive. Sadly, he got hit by both Qs though, but seems like he unlike the last time we saw him playing as Aurelia, he's not fighting for prio. He just this time he just completely gives the prio. And now he's getting bullied under tower. Very nice auto tech actually from the Aatrox. Yeah, so he has biscuits and the potion still. His sustain should be fine. Looks like he took his first potion. Aatrox is pushing in another wave. Ooh, okay. And also, just to be clear here, Captain Chopsticks plays on 120 ping, by the way. I know I forgot, or like, the last video where we talked about Captain Chopsticks, I was not aware of it while recording. It was actually something I learned after he accepted my friend request, because I added him, and I told him he's a very impressive Gangplank player, and I asked him about the ping, and he said, yeah, I'm playing from China. Bro is casually playing on 120 ping from China and just completely like smurfing with Gangplank. It's really impressive. Now, to be fair, playing like Gangplank on high ping is not like a uncommon thing to do, right? Like we've seen Sorabaka do it. Like he mostly plays on EOS nowadays. He plays on 90 ping, right? And the reason for that, because I've played myself on 90 ping Gangplank or like high ping Gangplank, and the reason why it's actually not even that bad is because the muscle memory is mostly the same, right? So what I mean by that is your inputs when you're doing like barrel combos, your inputs, if you do them like in the same way as you would do them on like low ping, they will be the same speed. They'll just be like slightly delayed, right? Like, but we've seen Captain Chopsticks do like this really, like, once he gets the first barrel, he'll hit like another barrel like that. That is all pure muscle memory. So playing Gangplank on high ping, it's pretty doable if you've got the correct muscle memory, which we've seen from Captain Chopsticks. So it looks like he'll be a little bit behind in CS. Aatrox is trying to cancel his recall. He also looked for roam. Let's take a quick look at the wave here. So the wave is pushing back to him, so he'll just TP back. Get his Sheen. Doesn't go for potion. No, he already has biscuits, so... This time, I'll think I'll speed up a little bit, because we know that he likes to play a slow game. So we'll just see what happens. We'll speed it up a little bit. It'll probably be mostly farming until level 13, but... Also, I just want to see how he also like survives the lane phase, right? Because that by itself is not an easy thing to do. Surviving the laning phase as Gangplank is a very hard thing to do, especially in high elo lobbies, especially in hard matchups. Tries to go for the one part there. Nice try. Goes for a free Q there, because Aatrox E is on cooldown. Another one, because his E is on cooldown again. Oh, and the passive. Actually, very well played there. Aatrox took a lot of unnecessary damage, because he used his E twice. Looks like... So, this is the thing here. The last video we watched him playing as Aurelia, he had prio, and he was able to move first. This time it's the opposite. Aatrox gets to move first to the grubs, and... Captain Chopstick has to respond later. Aatrox gets a free kill on the jungler. And his support is forced to flash out. He obviously cannot move anymore, so instead he just chooses to push the wave and go for another reset. This is why lane priority is very important. But in some matchups you just have no choice as Gangplank. And it's a little bit egoistic, but it's necessary evil. Because you want to get your items, you want to get the gold and the XP. That's also just Captain Chopstick's highest priorities in this game. Gold and XP, it's all he really cares about. If he has prio, he will of course help his team. If he doesn't though, he won't give up minions for that. So, gets into the lane. Very common way to clear the wave is by when you have 3 barrels. I'm gonna replay that actually. Maybe some GPs won't know about this, but good to know anyways. You can use your Q or use your auto tech and hit the whole wave like this. Then use your 3rd barrel here, group the minions together, and then Q it again. That way you also get a lot of Q gold and the wave just instantly disappears, which allows him to get another free reset. Let's see what Aatrox does here. Alright, he stops the reset and he will probably hold the wave as well. Maybe he's gonna look to ult the next wave then, because this is a rough position. He might have to ult the wave. I'm not sure if the cannon is gonna hold up. Let's see what he decides to do. He actually just resets, okay. He resets and he gets his early plated steel caps, okay. Very interesting. The reason, I think I might know the reason. So Aatrox is a very like one of the biggest counters to Aatrox is actually movement speed, right? So he just says, all right, I need my fully upgraded boots to be able to run out of the W, dodge the Qs. And yeah, he decides to go steel caps, probably for the armor as well. He could go Swifties too, but probably good here against Wukong and Jinx as well. So very understandable purchase here. Looks like the wave was actually pushing back, by the way, so he made a good judgment. The one cannon and the one caster wasn't enough to freeze the wave. And looks like Captain Chopsticks was aware of that. So he just reset, the wave pushed back to him, and now he gets to collect it. Meanwhile, some small trading going on. I think he's not really interested in hard trades though. He doesn't want to lose too much HP. So far he's not in lethal. I think one more bad combo could put him in lethal. Just like that. Now he's in lethal range of dying to Aatrox. Maybe let's see what Aatrox decides to do. He did heal a lot actually from the biscuit. I healed a lot actually. He's not in lethal anymore. If we take a quick look at the team, we can see that the jungler is doing fairly well. Mid lane is kind of getting gapped. So far he hasn't used his ulti yet to help out his team. Maybe he hasn't seen an opportunity yet. Aatrox resets, probably has an item. Yeah, he has Spear of Shojin, which is a big spike. Pretty big spike for Aatrox. Okay, the W pulls. Doesn't get to walk out of it. He has TP though. He also has 2 biscuits. Can still sustain up. Decides it's not worth it. He's just gonna reset instead. Gonna get the phage probably. TP back. Looks like there's another Grubs. Well, it's not really a Grubs fight, but Grubs is getting taken again by the enemy team. So last time you watched him, they secured most of the Grubs. This time he doesn't get to move out of his lane. Because of Aatrox basically. Now you could say, like, this is I think where some Gangplank players might think, oh, can't you just like take Ignite or take a more aggressive setup with Comet maybe and just, you know, kill Aatrox, snowball early and then be able to like have prio. And sure, you can see it that way. You can be like more aggressive and like snowball, but it's not really consistent, right? And I think that's like the big difference with Captain Chopsticks. It's that he just takes like the 100% guaranteed way, right? He has not died yet. He knows how to survive. He knows how to soak XP, get gold for free. He still plays the trades as best as he can. But playing aggressive early in a matchup... Ooh, hold on. Very close fight there. Very close. He still has a love. He still had another biscuit. He's taking his last biscuit now. He's able to survive that. Let's see if Aatrox goes for another attempt. No. Alright. He has no TP. Doesn't have Triforce either. Poppy is looking for an angle, but it looks rough because Gangplank has no resources. Yeah. 30 CS behind now. If you look at the gold, 600 gold behind for Captain Chopsticks. Aatrox gets to reset first, so he's gonna reset, walk back to lane. Captain Chopsticks is probably gonna look. Oh no, he stays. All right, he's playing the mind game. Ooh, he's also playing the mind game. He's not aware of the. Now he knows. Now they both know. Okay. But yeah, as I was saying, he just decides to like before going into the game, he just says, "All right, I'm playing against an Aatrox. I will not get prio. It's too risky for me to flip my early game. Instead, I will just go a scaling setup, play the lane as safe as possible, and scale up basically, which is." It might look easy to do, right? But it's not as easy as you think. We've already seen Aatrox like get very close to killing him. But Captain Chopsticks knows his limits, knows his sustain as well. Sustain is probably one of the more important things in these type of matchups where you're gonna like sit under your tower, because you just want to make it as hard as possible for the enemy to dive you. Which is why he runs the Doran shield, he runs the biscuits, and yeah, just tries to survive. Now he's got the Triforce. We also saw the cashback come in, so he got an extra 200 gold from that, which will put him now only 200 gold behind the Aatrox. If we look at the Q gold as well, we can see he already has 400 extra gold, which is basically a total of 600 gold he now has generated for free. More powder. Which is, if you think about it, much more worth than flipping your early game with like Comet or Ignite or something like that. Now I know most of us watch Solar Baka, we know he likes to play aggressive, which is a completely acceptable playstyle. We don't judge each other here, but Captain Chopsticks just has his own view on the game, his own way of playing, which is proving to be a lot more consistent. He's not walking up to the wave here, maybe scared of dying solo. He ulted somewhere, don't think he got an assist, but instead takes the time to farm the Krugs, then get back to his wave. Both are equal level. He is half a level ahead of Captain Chopsticks, but we're already level 12, and only one level away from level 13. So yeah, I've looked at other games of Captain Chopsticks. This guy will just legit. It'll seem like he like has an XP boost. There are games where I've just seen him be like 3 levels ahead of his enemy laner, like 4 levels, like level 17 versus level 13. It's absolutely crazy. He does not leave like the side lane until he's happy, basically. He does not miss out on any XP either. Like he uses his TP every single time to get. I think pre-13, he uses his TP every single time to get back to the lane. I think after level 13, he might look for TPs to help his team. But so far, every single time, every single game I've watched him, he uses TP for his lane pre-level 13. So they're looking to fight the Grubs. He does not look like he's interested at all. Because he might know, like, level 12, you're so close to your level 13 fight, it's not worth it to start a fight when you're level 12. Just get your 13 first and then look to fight. Looks like he will still not look to fight though. Objective is already gone. Jungler is on the other side of the map. So he just says, alright. Yeah, that's also, I think, a mistake that lots of Gangplank players do sometimes. When you're level 12, it's just not worth it. If you take a bad fight when you're level 12, you're gonna delay your level 13 even more, which is just not good for you. Aatrox TP'd bot lane, killed his jungler, and meanwhile Captain Chopsticks is taking the top tower here, which is pretty easy to do once you have Triforce. Yes, Triforce and Demolish. Hits the barrel on the Jinx. Flashes the second barrel. Ooh, he might still get the kill here. Very well played. That Jinx is not really strong, but he still played that really well. Let's take a quick look back. So he gets the tower. If we take a look at the Fog of War, we'll see when he sees Jinx. So Jinx now is in our vision. I think what Captain Chopsticks here, he's either typing or he's looking somewhere else on the map. So he reacts a little bit late to the Jinx on his screen. Sees the Jinx now. 2-part barrel combo. I think he used the orange for the W slow. Now Jinx is basically no movement speed. He can guarantee the single barrel here. Forced to flash it. Very nice flash. Still decides to chase further. Uses his ult. The play here was to flash auto on the barrel. It's his last barrel, so he really needs to get the timing. His Q is also down, so it's his only way of getting the barrel here. I think this is where the ping kind of comes into play. He plays on 120 ping, so he doesn't get the barrel timing there. We're still close though. But that's he can still use his passive on the Jinx. The Jinx also not really that strong. Didn't have barrier up either. If the Jinx had barrier up, he would actually lose that, which is pretty interesting. But you know, extra gold for Captain Chopsticks. He'll take that. And meanwhile, he's gonna hit the tier 2 tower here. We still see Aatrox. We don't see the mid laner. So I think Orianna will be here soon, maybe. No, Orianna is not here. Not sure. But like, this is a big cash in for Captain Chopsticks here. He's now sitting on 2.9k gold, which is basically... He's gonna sell his D-Shield, and I think he's gonna get Collector, most likely. There we go. And then cashback, another cashback comes in, which now puts him at 380. So big cash in for Captain Chopsticks here. And now he's looking to fight. Now he's looking to join these team fights. Alright, focuses the Wukong first. The barrel gets taken out. Rough fight. Let's take a quick look back. So, the blue ward here spots him, so he doesn't have the element of surprise anymore. Orianna is aware of this. Kites back. 2-part barrel combo doesn't hit. Wukong is in melee range. Orianna takes out the barrel, and now he's pretty open, and just gets shut down like that. The blue ward, whose blue ward was it? I think it was, wait, whose blue ward was that? Was it Jinx? Oh wow, that was a Jinx blue ward, I think. Wait, let me see. Yeah, it was a Jinx blue ward looking for an ulti, and then it spotted Gangplank, which changed the whole fight. So a little bit unlucky, gets shot down, and they will take Atakan, which is the revive Atakan, and they will get the third Drake. And you will see now that the gold lead is very favorable for the enemy team. He is even in gold with the Aatrox, but his team is behind here. 0.6 Ezreal. If you look at the gold, Ezreal is behind 3k gold. The junglers are even, and the ADC is behind 300 gold. Support is wow, support is ahead 1k gold actually. That's pretty funny. But yeah, game is going pretty roughly for the team. But Captain Chopsticks has scaled, has his level 13, now level 14. And now I'm very curious to see what his next decisions are. Next objective will be Baron in 2 minutes. The Soul is also an important objective to look out for. He's gonna TP straight into the Wukong here. He still has the GA. Aatrox gets caught. 200 gold, because it's the GA Atakan. So... But he'll take that. He'll take any amount of gold. As Gangplank here. Gives the bot lane wave to Kai'Sa actually. I'm very... This might not seem like a big deal, but I'm pretty surprised by this. Especially knowing that he is a side lane freak. He says, you know what? I cannot do anything with without my team. So he just gives the wave to his bot laner. Gives the mid lane wave to his mid laner. Alright, looking for a fight here in the jungle. Clean combos, has no barrels left, so he doesn't want to go deeper. He gets pinged by his jungler, but yeah, he pings, I don't have any barrels. So, that's a very... I cannot stress enough, as a Gangplank player myself, I cannot stress enough how often this happens. Where, you know, he's clearly out of barrels, that's the first thing I noticed as a Gangplank player, but his jungler... was not aware of this, and he's like, why is my Gangplank running away from the 1 HP target? Gets pinged by his jungler, but he just says, yeah, I don't have barrels, I can't keep fighting. It's too risky. If he gets caught, they will get the tower here. Instead he defends the tower. It's nice though that we can ping the barrels nowadays. You know, back in the days you wouldn't be able to ping your barrels, which nowadays is a nice excuse. Or like it's a nice, yeah, I would say it's a nice excuse for, you know, when you decide to not int. Also, my thing is bugged again. Every time, there's just always a bug when I'm spectating a game. Or like, what is happening here? I can't see the scoreboard anymore. Alright. Well, anyways. Top lane fight happening. Shutdown for Kai'Sa. You can see this is the 25-minute mark where they are behind 4k gold. That shutdown on the Wukong was pretty big. You can look back at how much gold he got. Got an extra 190 gold for Kai'Sa. I'm so mad now. Every time there's just a bug. Okay, Jinx is inting here. Gets the flash as well. Lots of extra gold for Gangplank once again. With Collector you also get that extra 25 gold. So right now, still even gold with the Aatrox. Because he's 60 CS ahead. He had a lot of time to farm this game. And also farm champions. This is so annoying. Riot. Riot with their spectating tool, man. Like, come on, bro. At least we can still see the top laner. Alright, so he has bought Mortal Reminder now. It's pretty nice for the Wukong and the Aatrox. Rakan also, I'm assuming, has Redemption maybe. No Serpents though. Maybe Serpents will come in later. Let's see how he plays the fight over the wall. Hits the Rakan. Wukong goes deeper. Nice spacing there on the auto attack actually. Orianna, next target. Very, very nice. Alright, let's take a quick look. Let's look back at what happened here. Alright, so Rakan and Wukong jump from out of vision. Yeah, Poppy goes for a ward on the Baron. Then Wukong tries to kill him. Gets the barrel over the wall here. Wukong still full HP. Goes on the back line. Looks like he'll just... So Wukong just gets kited and completely demolished by Kai'Sa. Then Rakan tries to finish off Kai'Sa. Also dies. Now Orianna is stuck between Gangplank and Kai'Sa. Slowed with the ulti. Guarantees the barrel. 900 gold to the Kai'Sa. So the Kai'Sa and the Gangplank are currently the only ones really popping off this game. So a lot of gold just went to the two carries. I mean, they're all carry champions, right? This is a 4 carries and 1 engage support, I would guess, or anti-engage. So, but there's only 2 carries here that are relevant, basically. I mean, the Thalia is also pretty strong, and her landmines are a good counter versus Wukong, Aatrox, and Rakan engage. So, interesting TP here, okay? In TPs to insta-push the wave, and then move to Drake. Alright. Jinx gets caught. The Jinx is basically just inting, which is like a good... That's what you need when you want to like make a comeback in these games, right? There always has to be an inter. Always someone that doesn't want to win. They secure the Drake. I think even if the Jinx doesn't get caught, the Drake would be secured because the Wukong... The Wukong was... he was actually... Was he there? Oh, he was over the wall. Okay, interesting. So the Wukong was actually there. Didn't go for the steal. Maybe scared of the... Oh, okay, I see. I see what happened. So the Poppy W and the Thalia landmines, I think stunned him. So he W's over. Does that proc the landmines? No, it doesn't. Oh, okay. So he actually did try to steal. Okay, okay. That was pretty close. But this is the comeback time. Deny the soul. Baron is up. 65% crit chance on Gangplank and double penetration items. Ooh, nice shockwave. Gets caught here, but he has flash. Flashes to the Thalia. Does as much damage as he can before dying. Looks like Rakan did a random engage, but not really a worth engage, because it's a 3 for 2. And now let's see. Let's look at the Kai'Sa. What the Kai'Sa will be doing, because he's the most important player on his team right now. Also, once again, I'm surprised there's no serpents coming out here. Orianna, Aatrox, he doesn't have shielding. He also doesn't have shielding. But like Orianna and Rakan, I would feel like are reasonable amounts of shields. Maybe he will buy it. I'm not sure. Serpents is a very cheap item, so like I would consider it pretty valuable to build. Even like you would say only 2 champions, but they can shield everyone on their team. Normally, there's also a Sterex in play for Wukong or Aatrox, so it would have a really good amount of value. Rakan also has his Guardian, probably has Locket. Let me see real quick, actually. Can I see his items? I can't even see his items. But I mean, assuming he has Locket, right? So I think it would be a valuable purchase. But he instead just opts for a crit chance. Rakan gets caught. Nice GPQ. Love to see it. Now it's a 5 versus 4. They will probably start the Baron. I think there's definitely an angle where you start the Baron while Rakan is dead. So let me go back to this. Looks like they're not starting Baron actually. Oh, instead going for mid lane tower. Okay, fair enough. Wukong goes in. He's sitting around the Kai'Sa. Notice his positioning here. He's sitting around the Kai'Sa. Even though Wukong goes in there, he says, no, I'm not gonna waste any barrels on him. I'm not gonna like go for him. I'm just sitting around my win con, which is my Kai'Sa. Whenever Kai'Sa fights, I will fight. That's basically what he says. So, okay, goes for the crab here. These crabs are really broken. They remove all the vision, or like they reveal all the vision. And for Drake and like Baron spawning, you can pretty much see everything unless they dash over the wall. So no one can ever sneak into this. You see how like you can see the entrance? No, it's impossible to sneak in the pits once you have these. Once you have the crab. So okay, he's just going Infinity Edge. So there doesn't seem to be a serpents at all planned for Captain Chopsticks. He's currently just protecting the sideline wave. We do not see Aatrox. Okay, now we see Aatrox. So he's not gonna TP because he needs to protect the sideline wave. Drake is spawning soon as well. We see Aatrox. He has to sit here until Aatrox moves to mid lane, and then he can move to mid lane as well. We do not want to move before the player pushing the sideline moves, right? Because if you move, if he moves to mid lane first, Aatrox has an angle to get the tower, and he also has an angle to flank from behind. So you want to always cover those angles. Always want to have first want to have the information, and then you want to make the next move. Right now he has left the side lane, but that's because the Drake is spawning.
Nice.
Doesn't see Aatrox. Aatrox could be on the flank here. There's no info on him right now. He showed himself in mid lane. Nice barrel on the Jinx. Doesn't go for any more. Ooh, nice Talia W. Instantly one-shotting the Rakan. Also very nice ulti from Captain Chopsticks. Looks like they're chasing. It's hard for Gangplank to chase like this. Usually Gangplank wants people to come into him. But it looks like his team is just popping off out of nowhere. Very well played. Goes back to the side lane here. Now the next fight is gonna be big here. Both carries on the enemy team lost their flash. I'm pretty sure Captain Chopsticks is aware of this. He will probably look for an ulti on them. Finishes Infinity Edge. Is TPing to mid lane. Looks like just an ARAM type of game. Another engage by the enemy team. Misses the barrel, only hits the Aatrox. Wukong is dead though, so it means they cannot do Baron. Let's see how he moves around here. Don't think the pink ward doesn't see him, I'm pretty sure, but the mid lane wave will see him. He does not have ulti, so maybe they just give the Baron here. He's looking to flank. Nice. He avoided all the vision. He's playing this slow with the Kai'Sa. GPQ, you love to see it. Takes the Baron. Alright, let's look back at it, okay? Let's look at it from the enemy point of view. Alright. So this is the last time they saw a Gangplank, when he cleared the mid lane wave. Currently they have no idea where Gangplank is. He does such a good job moving into the bush here. They killed the jungler. So the jungler gets caught, which basically makes them think, alright, now the Baron is secured, right? But he still has Kai'Sa. And they don't know about Gangplank. Kai'Sa does a really good job on baiting them close to the bush. Hits the Aatrox. Aatrox basically dies. Jinx left in the pit. And then they just clean the Baron. Also very chaotic from the enemy team, right? The enemy team is also very uncoordinated. The Jinx is basically griefing them because he's just staying in the pit the whole time. Meanwhile, the Aatrox and the Rakan were out of the pit, so... But those are things that you have to take advantage of, which is what they're doing. Now this is looking like a double kill. Very nice. Really good Zhonyas by the Kai'Sa. Yeah, the Wukong is not happy about the about this Jinx. But yeah, like, this is just like the consistency that we're talking about, right? Obviously, not every game there's gonna be like a guaranteed inter on the enemy team or whatever. But he made it through the laning phase, and they lost all the objectives, and it kind of just like the game is not over the game is not over by like losing objectives, right? The game is over when the Nexus dies. So losing objectives, it puts you at a disadvantage, but you can still make a comeback. You can still work towards, you know, the enemy Nexus, and that's how Captain Chopsticks plays. If he's playing in a matchup where he can get prio, he can move first, he will move first. We've seen that before from him. But if he can't, he'll just say, alright, we're gonna give up the objectives, and I'm gonna farm and scale, and then later on, we will see what happens. We will play for the team fights. He will play around one strong player on his team. And that's it. Right now, his last item is a Guardian Angel, so there was no Serpents at all this game. Instead, he decides to go for survivability. If you look at the gold right now, 3k gold ahead of the Aatrox. If we look at cashback value at full items, or like at 6 items, it's 1k gold, and he has made 1.3k gold from Q gold as well, which in total is now 2.3k he has made, which is a lot. It's basically his lead over Aatrox right now. It was like 4k. It's half the lead he has over Aatrox. But I think he's the only... the Kai'Sa is also full build. So him and Kai'Sa right now are... yeah, they're both 90k gold. And like I said, this is a Challenger Grandmaster lobby. The Aatrox is Challenger, and I think the rest are Grandmaster. So, this is a really good performance from his Kai'Sa. Very nice combo. One-shots the Orianna. And that is basically game. GG's. If you guys like this type of videos, please let me know in the comments if there are any other Gangplank players or type of games you want to see. And yeah, subscribe for more Gangplank content, and I'll see you in the next video.